Hey everyone, my name is Zanzibar Vermilio. Yes, that is my real name. And I'm doing this video to introduce a new specialized program that we're creating inside of Hope Ignites. We mean to create a special high powered group of students, really young adults that mean to win at life. And we're creating it inside of Hope Ignites for many of the students, not for all, but it's going to be offered to many of the people that are involved in Hope Ignites to help prepare them for the future, which I'll talk about here in a second. But first, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about me, so you know who it is that's talking to you here. I don't really love talking about myself, so I apologize in advance. I don't really like giving my background and things, but here we go. I'm just a kid from Detroit, Michigan, that used to dance hip hop in high school. I started my first business when I was 19 years old, and I sold out of that company before my 21st birthday. And now I own over a dozen different businesses. And I've been responsible for 5 or 10xing over 300 companies with my consultancy. I've also trained over 25,000 people. I'm on retainer with executives in Fortune 500 companies. And I have a book for sale, my first book for sale on Amazon. I say my first book because I mean to write a few others. And it ranked as high as number 11 in management science in its category. I also like to dance. My wife and I like to dance. We play volleyball between us, our whole family here. There's 5 kids ranging from 18 all the way down to 2.5. And so we have kind of a big family. I wanted to give you a little bit of background because I'm not a stranger to what it means to be self-made and produce results. And I do think that whatever you've gotten out of Hope Ignites and whatever's next for you is going to require kind of having there be a lot of self-confidence, or at least putting yourself out there as if you do. And there's certain things we want to train people to have walking away from the programs here in a meaningful way and getting ready for life. So that can include having a lot of confidence and purposefulness around what you're addressing next, and knowing that you have the chops to go attack it and take it on. That could be things inside of entrepreneurship if you wanted that. That could be things inside of getting a job and having a job that you really want. What does it take to interview well? What does it take to get your resume out there and have it be effective? I've hired over 250 people and trained dozens of HR departments. So I have a lot to train you in. How do you be the one that gets picked, either from a resume perspective, from an initial phone screen perspective, and then from a face-to-face interview? So how do you get ready for that? And what are some of the building blocks that you want to base a very powerful existence around? Remember, this special group that we want to put together is for people that mean to win at life, and win sizably. Like, how do we take the bull by the horns and win? The world is a really, really big place, and it can be scary. How do I win at this thing? And how do I find my own path and have it make sense for me, and do so with not just awareness, but with a certain amount of success that feeds more and more and more confidence as you go through your life? I'm somebody that's been able to be very successful. I've helped thousands of people. I've trained over 25,000 people. I've helped thousands of people become successful, and I'd love to bring some of that to Hope Ignite. So we're looking at career navigation. We're looking at job search and readiness. We're looking at some fundamentals about what makes somebody powerful who doesn't have a lot of experience yet, like I didn't when I was first starting my company and scared to death. So we'll talk about those things. We'll talk about networking. We'll talk about a lot of other stuff. And something that's important to remember is that it will also be kind of an environment of sharing and connecting around what are the things that you've got going on, what are some of the dreams that you have, and how can we make those most available. Do you have a concern for being able to provide for your current family? Do you have a concern for starting a family? Do you have a concern for an entrepreneurial mindset and wanting to make something there? Do you have a concern for just wanting to have something be steady and get something that's super steady for you? Whatever the thing is, we mean to have this be a catalyst for you having a certain amount of knowledge, a certain amount of wherewithal, and designing yourself to be a lethal instrument for purpose and what you want to get out of life beyond Hope Ignites.